Ellie Kerr. Welcome to the Crispy Ear podcast in association with Merseyside Women of the Year. And today I have joining me Barbara Rouse, former CEO of Bootle YMCA. Barbara, thank you so much for coming with me and speaking to me today. It's
pleasure.
An absolute pleasure. Can't tell you, been looking forward to it all day to catch up with you. Because 2022, when you won Community Change.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
What's a year?
Where's the time gone?
I know.
It's just flown.
Yeah.
So what was that day like?
Oh dear. Well, the lead up to it was something else as well. Knowing what was going to happen, but then not knowing exactly what was going to happen. There was a little bit of not secrecy, but what I didn't expect, and being the centre of attention with how many other ladies, it was just fantastic. And I was the oldest at the time.
But that doesn't matter. That didn't matter. Because
I was one of the girls.
What you've achieved and what you've done. So I had a little re-look, because obviously it's 2022 and that brain cells died off for me. But I looked back, and on your nomination, you were involved in so many things. I think I counted 13 different associations, groups, committees, boards that you were at. Barbara, you absolutely unbelievable.
And I loved every one of them. I really did. That was my fate in life, to get involved with voluntary work.
But
excuse me.
You didn't win the Community Change not for a reason, because you definitely have made a difference in your community, from the tenacity and the absolute, stubbornness for not taking no for an answer.
Oh, yes.
As we all, and I keep saying it, and I'm probably going to get told off, but I think I've said it on every single podcast. But for me, all the women that have sat opposite me, it is necessity is the mother of all invention.
Absolutely.
And if it needs doing, you've stepped up to it, haven't you?
Well, I thought somebody's got to do these things, and I've always been a leader, if you like, the chairman of different things, because I'm a talker. You may not have noticed, but I'm a talker. I felt that people would follow me. So if I was doing a litter pick, for instance, somebody would join me. And that seems to have been how it's gone all these years.
You've made a huge difference in Bootle, haven't you?
I hope so. People tell me that.
Well, you've got 2 shelves full of awards, so I think, haven't you?
Just a touch.
Yeah, and then just recently, you've got the King's Award for Voluntary Service.
Oh, gosh, that was the most... I mean, moments in your life. Becoming a Merseyside Woman of the Year in the Community Change section was just unbelievable. And I never thought it would be topped, and really it hasn't been. It might have been equalled because not our mentor, but he was the guy, Michael Brennan, who started Bootle Action Group.
Oh, yeah.
And we litter pick, make the area look better. We've got a lovely area that we've taken over. Michael has worked so hard, and we've done as much as we can, knee permitting. And he phoned me and said, I've had a phone call to say we've been nominated for a CAV award. And I said, hello, what's a CAV award? I couldn't believe that I didn't know that it meant the King's Award for Voluntary Service, which apparently is the equivalent of an MBE for a voluntary person.
It's
and I
such
thought,
an accolade.
Oh, hello, 50 years round the borough, different things. Anyway, we had an interview with the Lord Lieutenant and his deputy, and we gave them a lovely lunch in our office in Safe Regeneration, because we had to move from Bootle YMCA because the building just let us down so much. And I made sure this awards that the 3 of us had over different times were all on show.
Oh, got front and
which
centre.
we were very proud of them. So why wouldn't we have everything,
Absolutely.
around? We gave them a really nice lunch.
Good.
including a lemon drizzle cake from Costco.
Oh, can't beat that.
And the deputy, Ken, I think his name was, I can't just remember, but he liked this lemon drizzle cake. So I ended up getting the foil out of a drawer and wrapping him up half to take
hope this
home.
isn't going to be tantamount to bribery. Lemon drizzle bribery. I don't know if that's a thing. It could be, couldn't it? It could be. That might be the next thing. That
we were very confident. We didn't know anything about it really, but we were very confident because the work that we'd done over the years. It's 10 years this month since Bootle Action Group started. And then we got a call a week before we couldn't say any. Oh, we had a call before the 14th of November, but we were told, and I mean told, you must not mention anything about it. Why they told us, I don't know, because it was only the three of us, so we knew that the three of us could manage to do that for a week, you know.
Yeah.
And then on the 14th, it was early in the morning when it was going to be announced. So early in the morning, it went on Facebook and everywhere else, where we were just so proud.
It is.
We've got a beautiful badge. And this month, we've got a presentation.
Oh, wow.
Which we don't know a date or anything yet.
Okay.
But so proud. And just before that, it was mine and my husband Ken's 60th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
And we got a beautiful picture of the King and Queen.
Oh, gosh.
So really, it's been a year. This year has been a year of sadness and happiness and surprises and things. But the year of Merseyside Woman of the Year and the night, that was totally unique, and it will never, ever, ever be bettered for me.
Oh.
Especially when they announced my name, and I still sat in my seat, and somebody who won't be mentioned, yes, he gave me a kick and said, well, are you going up there or not?
Oh.
And I danced to the stage, and I was quite overcome, really. It was one of the few times where I was asked to say something and I had difficulty.
I remember that.
I really did. And I was trying to talk about a little girl who was sort of my equivalent. And it was just, you know, off the top of your head when you think of something. And I said, well, hopefully young Izzy, doing what she's doing now, will maybe be here where I am now in, you know, a few years' time. But it's good to know that young people are still wanting to help where they live.
Yeah. Oh, no, it makes such a difference. And I think when people in the room see, I mean, the feedback that I get is that from the people that come to support and, you know, buy a ticket to come and see what's going on, the feedback I get is that people saying, I need to do more. They walk away, even if they're not part of being a finalist or anything like that, and they walk away and go, do you know what, I need to do more. And I think the inspiration that you give everybody, you know, to volunteer for 50 years and the stuff that you've done.
It's 54 actually, but we'll mention the 4.
Going back to 22, but sort of like going back to that, and people go, well, if she can do it, why can't I? Absolutely.
I hope. I mean, inspiration is a great thing, and I've had inspiration from a lot of people over my life. And I've listened and taken advantage of what's been said to me, not least when I was Merseyside Woman of the Year, Community Change, from yourself, Ellie, and a lot of other people as well. It was just, it's hard to know how you say, you know, and anything I say is coming from the heart. And my husband, who did call himself a hot mwati, which actually means the husband of the Merseyside Woman of the Year, but he was chuffed about that. He just enjoyed the day, the time, as much as I did. It was a special time in our lives. And it's still going on because here we are.
I know. The whole thing around doing the podcast, and it's been fabulous to have a reason to catch up with you. Because we've spoken on and off, haven't we, over the last couple of years. But it's been lovely and for everybody else to sort of say, So from 2022 to now, what's going on? What's happening? You know, you're still out there making a difference, you know, being awarded and applauded for what you're doing. And I know sort of like one of the things that happened from Watty as well was, didn't you get was it a bird table?
Oh, gosh. Well, first of all, there was a phone call out of the blue. And this guy said, hello, Barbara. I'm from so-and-so television company. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm the Queen of England, and put the phone down on him. Well, he rang back, and Ken said to me, I suggest you answer that call. Because everybody, and I mean everybody, knew about this except me. And they told me that many lies, like I was going naked bareback riding.
Oh, gosh.
In the New Forest and different things. That was something in itself. And what exactly it was, they had seen, somebody looks around the country for things that are happening in an area. And they saw that I had won Community Change Award. And they said, would you be interested in coming down to and receiving a gift? Well, I didn't put the phone down on him that time, but we had the most wonderful weekend at the New Forest with Brian Dorr, who nominated me, Brian and Jane Dorr, that nominated me for it. So Brian and myself were both involved in the filming. And then when we get to this clearing, there's filming and all kinds going on, and they filmed us all the way from walking down from where we'd been. And, excuse me, when we get there, there's this big thing. It must have been 6 or 7 foot tall, with a sheet over it. And I sort of, you know, I know I'm here for a surprise, for something for me, but what the devil is that going to be? Anyway, the guy who made it was there, the loveliest man you could meet. And he told me about the history of him making, and he said, I suggest you get on this. It's Woodlands something or other.
Yeah, it was on the Discovery Channel, wasn't it?
Yes,
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. It's still there, apparently.
Yeah, I was watching it the other day.
And he did, without saying anything definite, he told me about it. And then when they lifted this sheet off, and I saw this over 6 foot tall bird house, which wasn't a bird house, it was a bird palace. With a solid oak stand, a base that had been made with flowers on it and in a concrete material, and then the house on the top. And then he told me the different woods that had been used, something from South Africa, this oak. And it was another occasion when you sort of don't know what to say. Well, you know, I did find my voice.
I watched it, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
It was so
really
good.
But again, totally deserved. Wasn't that the Woodland Workshop? Was it on Quest?
It certainly was. It was. I got a phone call from a guy telling me he was from a television company, and he wanted to ask me something. And I put the phone down on him. I thought, this is a funny phone call. And Ken said to me, I think the next time he rings, which he will ring, please answer the phone. Because Ken knew all about it. So did half of Bootle. But they all lied to me and told me different things as I was going to do, like bareback riding in the New Forest and things like that, and skydiving. And they really, my friends, my close friends, including my husband of 60 odd years, he lied to me. But it was so much fun. And we went down to the New Forest with Brian and Jane Dorr, who nominated me, apparently. And apparently as well, they phoned Ken and said, what would what would Barbara like? We'd like to make her something. What would she like? And Ken said, please make her something for the garden, because she just loves the garden. And this is the story. So we were there, all mic'd up. We went to a clearing in the forest, and I saw this probably 6.5 foot thing with a white sheet on, and this young man standing by the side of it, who was the creator of it.
Oh, wow.
And he told me, he spoke to me a little bit, but he didn't mention anything. And the next thing, the sheet was whipped off, and this most beautiful birdhouse, bird palace. I was just looking at it with my mouth open. And of course, nobody else had seen us as well, so they were all surprised. They thought, oh, a bird house. Didn't realise it was going to be a palace.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But it's the most beautiful thing. It's not like any birdhouse you will have seen in your life. It was totally unique. Like Merseyside Woman of the Year.
Aww.
That was totally unique to me. And I loved every minute of both of those things.
Aww.
And, how much better does life get? I'm loving every minute. And I hope it carries on for years and years.
Well, I'm sure it will, because that birdhouse was made out of such... I did see the episode, and it was your face was a complete picture for the kick-off. And then the other thing was the things that the birdhouse was made out of. I thought, they're never going to be able to pick that up. It was enormous.
Well, that was the difficulty, but the solid oak stand that was about 4 or 5, probably 5 foot high, that was heavy. And the base, it was a concrete base that it was going in, but it was all marked out with, it's as though they put leaves and things on it and flowers and then lifted them up. And that was solid. So that came in one part. The stand came in another part. And then the house itself, it was just magnificent. I can't tell you, I've got the most wonderful video of us and film, and all the filming that everybody else took. And it seemed to be going on for years, that people were suddenly finding it and saying, I mean, they knew about Watty because I told everybody, let's face it. So
cute.
Proud.
But I think it was a very special gift for a very special woman. Because
Well,
you are.
thank you.
What you've
Thank
done.
you.
And, not to underestimate, because you could have just not done anything and sat and left Bootle alone. But you didn't, did you?
Oh, no.
So picking up on... because there's one of the 2 themes that run through the podcasts. So I say that women need 4 things. They need a network, information, money and self-belief. So out of those, network, information, money and self-belief, which one of those resonates with you after all the fabulous work that you've done?
Well, I can tell you what doesn't resonate with me, and that's money.
Oh, right, okay.
Because we didn't have any money when, sadly, the council withdrew all the money from Bootle YMCA, the youth centre, and it was one of many in the area that... it just didn't happen anymore. And so I took it over. And I was just getting through cancer of the throat at the time. So it had to be done. And this is 14, 15 years ago. So we got all our groups together and we did the best of what we had. But by the time we paid the guy who was running Bootle YMCA and getting paid a healthy amount, and, our work's always been voluntary, we had £86 left in our bank.
My goodness.
And we had £2,500 worth of bills. But fortunately, Liverpool YMCA came to our aid, and they gave us the money to sort those bills, and then we could carry on doing what we do and get the odd bit of funding whenever we could. But it really wasn't about money. What was the self one?
Information, money and self-belief.
Self-belief.
And a network.
I always knew I could do it. My name, Barbara, means a leader. And I've always felt this, if I started to do something, others would follow. And that's really how it's been. I'm very proud of that as well.
Yeah, no, sure you should be.
What was the other one?
So there's network,
information,
money or self-belief.
Well, network followed because, you know, then we've got social media and things like that. And Bootle Action Group that I'm involved in and have been for 10 years this month, where we got our CAVS award because of, that was just, that went from strength to strength. And when one person knew what we were doing, they shared it with other people. So that was networking. Networking happened.
Yeah.
I didn't really have to do much. You just put the initial something on and it follows. What was the other one? Information. Well, information, I think I'm sure people knew what I was involved in. And if they needed information about something, they would ring me and I could maybe signpost them to wherever they wanted to go. More importantly, I'm involved with Health Watch at the moment, and that's a great signposting,
service or a facility?
A group for, you know, for anybody that has a problem, health problem.
And what kinds of health does it cover? Anything?
It covers anything.
Heart?
They signpost people. The work they've done recently, but sadly, Wes Streeting in the government has decided this Health Watch will be no more, that they are doing other things. But we're still working at the moment and doing everything that we've done. I'm involved with that and I love that. I've loved everything I've done.
Yeah. But again, that's grassroots stuff, isn't it?
It
where it's
is.
needed.
Yeah.
And sort of like, you know, taking it to where the people are and making that difference.
Absolutely.
In the community, but also locally.
We know people that have said, without Health Watch, we were lost. We didn't know where to go. We could have gone to the doctors, but, you know, we're not sure whether we could get an appointment. And this is how it goes, you know, different. They will look at a complaint and sort it out and do something about the reasons why.
Because sometimes if people aren't well, they don't want to have to, you know, take an age to try and find out where they need to go or what to do. To have that.
Just pick a phone up.
And speak to a person and have one phone number that they can sort of get through to.
Absolutely. People have phoned me and I've said, I can't find that answer for you, but give me a number and I will ring you back. Because that makes me mad. If you send an email and nobody responds, or a letter with a question, it might be an easy question to answer, but it's something I don't know, and they totally ignore you. That's bad manners. That's rude. That shouldn't happen. And I'm demanding my rights here, Ellie.
Well, so you should.
I'm banging on the chair.
Listen, you don't get a CAV for not demanding anything.
Listen.
This is it.
Well, I'm a Merseyside Woman of the Year. I can do it. I know I can.
It does always make me laugh, though, because some people do say, not that you were lacking in confidence at all, so I'm not saying it's made a difference to you, but some people say, and they have this little voice inside you going, well, I am part of Merseyside Women of the Year.
Absolutely.
And it always makes me so proud to sort of like see that, you know, and again, this is like part of, you know, doing these podcasts and stuff and catching up with people because they've all just gone on to do the most amazing things. And, you know...
I asked if I could go to see the people that sponsored me. And, well, we both went over the water too, and the name just escapes me at the moment.
To Neo.
Neo, yes, over the water.
Neo community.
And they welcomed me. And Ken as well. And we had breakfast together.
Emma and
then
Vanda.
they showed me all round and the work they were doing and for the food bank that they had, and there were queues at the door.
The supermarket as well.
It was just, it was phenomenal. And I'm so proud again that they were the people that supported me and that sponsored me, rather.
Well, they were previous
my
winners
award,
that then realised, both Vanda and Emma. Vanda is from Advanced Solutions, and Emma is a Neo community, and they realised just how much they got from being part of Watty, and that's why they wanted to stay involved. And it's only actually this year that they've stepped away. So that was years ago. But I think for them it was sort of like, you know, for them the community matters, and for them to, you know, sponsor that category meant a lot to them.
But you know, you, Ellie, should be very proud of what you started, because it is totally unique. It's a unique thing that we did, even the lead up to it. And being interviewed and going for lunch here and lunch there. And
there's no escape once you get in it. We drag you with us for a whole year, don't we?
With the greatest of pleasure. But you must take so much of the credit for my pride, what I have gone through over the years, you know, including Watty.
I think because you've made that happen, and I think if I'm proud of anything, it's the fact that we find special women like yourself, that they're what I call QB, quietly brilliant, getting on with stuff because it needs to be done
quietly.
Well, I was just going to change that, maybe noisily brilliant. We'll have to change it for you, but it's because it needs to be done. You make it happen. And so for me, you know, it's not just about women that are in business. It's not just about women that are in politics or women that are, you know, in any... It's women. And usually, and, you know, I'm like you with Ken. You know, I always say it can't all be pink and it can't all be blue, because I've got my husband, and, you know, I don't think it can be... I always say it needs to be that bruisey colour in the middle. So you need both of them, because I couldn't do what I do without him. And I know, you know, so Ken's very special with you, isn't he? Because he, you know, comes
my
along.
hot Watty.
That's your hot Watty.
I'll never forget that. I thought, how did Ken come up with this? And then, of course, he told everybody.
Oh, yes, he would.
And he was
typical fella has to get in on the act. What can I say?
The hot Watty speaking? Oh, he loved us.
Oh, typical fella.
But very, very proud I am
thank you,
of my award and everything he did, Ellie. Just please keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. I'll try.
Oh, you will.
But I've just, you know, I've got too much trouble to cause. I really have.
Oh, good. And if you need a trouble mate, you know where to ring.
I definitely know.
Yeah,
I definitely know. So this is called the Crispy Ear Podcast. So what would you go back and give your younger self a crispy ear about? So that means you would absolutely, you know, chew your ear off and make it crispy until you said... to a younger self?
I think over the years I've done that to myself mainly. I've said, I'm not putting up with that anymore. The fact that our playground is flooded and there's children walking through to school in pumps, I'm not having that. So I instigated. Our council was at the end of the school, where the school was, the local primary. And I marched in and said, I want that clearing. Those grids need clearing. Those children are walking through that. And within minutes, he said, we can't come and do it, but we can give you all the tools to do it. So they threw over the school, brushes, everything we would need. So I sort of went down here. And they all came. And we all brushed that. And then we had a gadget to unblock the drain as well. So we did that. And things like that has been my crispy ear over the years. I've seen it, I've said, we can do this. Or, of course, the hottie has said, come on, Bob, you can do this. I'll help you, but you need to start it. So I think I've done... over the years, I can't think of anything I would have done other than what I did. And with the children always being involved in whatever they did in the school, from small to tall, I think I did things that I was proud of, and I can look back and say, you did it, girl. You know, you did it. That was my crispy ear.
Well, there's so many people that will be forever grateful and forever and appreciate that you did do it, girl, because you totally are absolutely amazing, Barbara.
I've just gone all cold, Ellie, from my head to my toe.
Oh, why?
No, just what you're saying.
No, it's true, though.
Yeah.
It really is true, honestly, because I don't know many women that would do, like I say, what you've done, because it needed to be done, and you weren't prepared to put up with any other than it being right.
No.
And that for me is, it's amazing. And thank you so much. We're at the end of everything now, so thank you so much, Barbara, for coming and speaking.
Pleasure.
And it's been absolutely lovely to catch up with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Crispy Ear Podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.